Hey guys, it's me Crystal, and today I'm going to show you how to make this bulky crochet beanie. For this project you're going to need a bulky size 6 yarn, and this is the yarn I started with, and I actually ended up making this with a different yarn. And you're also going to need two sizes of crochet hook, a 6.5mm and a 9mm, and also a large eye needle. So to start, and I'm using this color and I'm going to switch to a different color later, we're just going to make a slip knot. So just wrap the yarn around your fingers and insert your smaller hook in and attach it to the yarn with a slip knot like so. Then tighten it up. And like I said, we're starting with the smaller 6.5mm. And we're going to just make a chain of 6 chains, and this is for the brim. We're starting with the brim. We got 3, 4, 5, and one more, 6. So there's our chain 6. And now we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So right here, so I just insert, yarn over, pull through. I have 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through both, and that's a single crochet. And then you're going to single crochet in the remaining stitches, so you'll have 5 single crochets all together. Okay, here's our 5 single crochets, our first row. So now we're going to chain 1 for the turning chain, then just turn your work around. And now you're going to single crochet in the back loop only of each stitch. To do that, you're going to insert under just the back loop instead of both loops. So just right in the middle like that. Then just yarn over and make your single crochet as usual. And you're going to repeat that for all the stitches. So there'll be 5 altogether in the back loop only. This hat size is going to be an adult large. And for that, we're going to make 44 rows for our brim. So you're just going to do this back loop only single crochet for each row, and then once you get to the end of the row, you'll just chain 1 and turn and then repeat. And you're going to do that until you have 44 rows all together, and it should measure about 22 inches. Okay, I finished my 44 rows, and here's how it'll look. So you're going to take the 2 sides and you're going to hold them together. And now we're going to slip stitch the 2 sides together. So bring your yarn around, and you're going to insert your hook into the back loop of the first stitch on the side, and then just under, there's like 1 loop on the top from the chain row. Go under that one, the matching one on the other side, and then yarn over and pull through all the loops to make a slip stitch. Then you're going to do that for the next one. So I'm going under the back loop again on this side, and then just under that chain that's on top there on the other side. And again, slip stitch it. And you're just going to repeat that for all 5 stitches going across. And then don't cut your yarn. We're going to just keep going from there. Alright, so once you get them all slip stitched together, it'll look like this, and we're going to flip the brim around so that little ridge is on the inside. Now we're going to switch to the other size hook as well. So I went ahead and removed my hook. I'm just flipping it inside out. Now it'll look like this, and that ridge will be on the inside, and then we just kind of move our little end there out of the way. Grab your 9mm crochet hook, which I have right here, and insert it into that loop that we just left hanging there. And now we're going to use this larger size hook for the rest of the hat. So first, what we're going to do is a row of single crochet around the edge of the brim. So I'm just trying to get that little end and that knot out of my way. we're going to make our first single crochet right where that knot is, where our slip stitch was. So go right in there, pull up a loop, and single crochet right in there. The next one's going to be at the top of that ridge right there, right in that hole. So just insert your hook into there and single crochet. And we're kind of not single crocheting right around the very edge. We're kind of going down a little bit further, which prevents there being like holes in around the brim. So instead of going right in that top hole, we're going in the one right under it, and you can see. So we're going in between each row and then in the ridge of each row and making one single crochet. So here we are on the next ridge, going through that little space there. And then we're going to go under the second hole from the top and in between the two ridges and make the next single crochet. And you're just going to do this all the way around, and you should end up with 44 single crochets, since that's how many rows we made. And if you did less rows and you wanted to make a smaller hat, you're just going to make however many single crochets as you did rows. Once you get to the end, here we are. So now we're just going to slip stitch to our top of our first single crochet. And that will finish off our single crochet row. And this is where I'm going to switch yarn colors because I decided I didn't like how this was turning out with the first color. But here's how it'll look, and magically here's my new yarn. We are now going to start double crocheting for the rest of the hat. To start, you're going to chain 3, and this chain 3 does count as the first stitch for each row. And then we're going to double crochet in the next stitch over, so not the one that we're coming out of right here. Instead, we'll be going into this one right here. So you yarn over and insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 of them. There you go, yarn over again and pull through the last 2, and that's your double crochet. And you're going to repeat that in each stitch around. And then when you get back to the end, we will slip stitch to our top of our starting chain. All right, here I am at the end, and I'm doing my last double crochet before we attach it to our starting chain. There we go. And now see, here's our chain 3 on the left here. So we're going to go under both loops of this top chain, the chain 3. And once you get your hook through there, you're going to yarn over and then just attach them with a slip stitch. And that's our first row of double crochet, and this is how it'll look at this point. So you're going to repeat that 4 more times, starting with a chain 3 each time. So you'll do 4 more rows of double crochet, and then you'll have 5 all together. And now we're going to do a decrease row. So to start, you're going to go ahead and do your chain 3, just like we have been. And then we're going to double crochet 2 together. So yarn over, insert into the next stitch and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. But instead of finishing your double crochet at this point, you're going to yarn over again, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop. You'll have 4 loops, yarn over and pull through 2. Now you'll have 3. And then you'll yarn over and pull through those 3. And that is a double crochet 2 together. Then for the next stitch, you'll just do a regular double crochet. And then for the next one, you'll double crochet 2 together again. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around. So basically you do like half of your double crochet, then you yarn over and do half of a double crochet in the next stitch. And then you yarn over and pull through all 3. And then you're just going to repeat that all the way around doing 1 double crochet in between. That's normal until you get all the way back around. And here we are on the other side. We've gotten all the way around, and I just did 1 regular double crochet. And then in this last stitch, you're just going to do 1 more regular double crochet. And then you'll attach with a slip stitch to the top of your chain 3. You'll see this decrease row kind of makes it slope in at the top, which will give us a nicer shape to the top of our hat. And now we're going to do 1 more decrease row. So go ahead and chain 3. And this time we're going to double crochet 2 together for every 2 stitches. So there's the first half. Yarn over and do half of a double crochet in the next stitch. And then yarn over and pull through all 3. And you're going to repeat that for each pair of stitches around. Once you get to the end, you'll see you have 1 random stitch by itself, so just do 1 double crochet in that stitch. And then attach to the top of your chain 3. And now we are done. We just have to finish off the top of our hat. At this point, you're gonna pull just a little bit of your yarn, I'd say about a foot or so, and then just cut your yarn, leaving that long tail, and pull the loop out like that to finish off that last stitch. And now we're gonna just sew up this hole. Grab your yarn needle and you're gonna thread this yarn tail onto your yarn needle. And we're going to sew up the hole by, first we're going to go into the inside and flip our hat inside out. And then we're going to do a running stitch around each stitch around the hole to cinch it up. So here's where we start, and we're going to go through this way and then back through the other way on the next stitch, and just go back and forth like that all the way around. Once you get back to where you started, just pull the yarn and that'll close up the hole. And now once we get the hole closed up really good and tight, you want to make sure you pull it really good and don't leave a gap on accident. We're going to tie a knot here to secure it. And just to be safe, I'm going to sew across the hole too. So right across, see the hole is right here in the middle, and I'm gonna, my yarn's coming out on the left, so I'm going to insert my hook under the stitch to the right of the hole. And it's kind of hard to tell here, but I'm going on under a loop at the bottom of the hole now, and then I'm going to go across to what was the top of the hole. So you're kind of just making like a plus sign or a cross across the hole. And that will make sure it does not come open at any point later on. And once you wash these a few times, sometimes the hole can come undone if you're not careful. So this just makes sure it won't. And then tie a really good knot once you get that little cross done. And then you just need to weave the end of your yarn under a few stitches to secure it. Cut off the excess yarn, and then we're going to take our yarn needle and weave in the starting end from our brim. Now just go ahead and thread that onto your yarn needle and weave it under a few stitches and cut that excess yarn as well. All that's left to do is turn your hat right side out, and it is done. This hat looks great as it is, but if you want, you could also add a pom-pom on the top, and I'll link a tutorial for how to make a faux fur pom-pom and attach it down below. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching!